What is it with you kids and anxiety? What is causing all the anxiety?
I think everything. The world, the way that the world is now, it's, constant. Just bad. Everywhere you look is so bad.
You know what? I find this to be
enjoyment in your natural day.
I find this to be a disingenuous argument because your generation doesn't know what's going on in the world. So how can you be that fucking concerned about what's going on in the world? I know what's going on in the world. I should have the anxiety. I follow it. You kids don't follow it. You don't know what the fuck's going on in the world. What are you upset about? What is the world problem?
Definitely things.
Thursday, the 24th of February, 2022, the day that Russia launched a full invasion of Ukraine.
The United Nations has warned the war in Ukraine could cause global food shortages.
Millions of Americans are priced out of buying a home, and rents are skyrocketing too, causing housing affordability to collapse.
Deadly rampage is the 27th school shooting to happen so far this year.
Emissions of greenhouse gases need to peak within the next 3 years if we're to stave off the worst effects of climate change. UN scientists are warned we are on course for devastating changes to our climate.
Outbreak in the United States. More than 1 million lives cut short.
You're going to have to identify where the anxiety is coming from. Every time I've seen you, I always thought, well, that's a cool chick. I wonder if she would come here. There's always like a couple of chicks in any generation, and they're like, oh, wow, they're the go-to. You're going to have to identify where the anxiety is coming from. Line up 100 pretty girls, but one stands out. People want an example of somebody who oozes sexuality. They say, you.
I don't really see what it is necessarily, but there's this thing that's kind of been put on women.
When did the anxiety start?
That shape, tightness at the end and fatter up towards here.
Very erotic description. Talk slower. You're going to have to identify where the anxiety is coming from. We're obsessing about this bullshit. What is causing all the anxiety?
I think that's a very narrow kind of mindset. You judge it by its cover and you say,
I'm not judging at all.
I used to get this terrible cramp.
Cramp?
They did not know what the fuck was wrong with me. You could take a bunch of pills. They just say it's anxiety.
But Bella, look.
I need tools to fix it. I don't want to walk around like this every day.
Obsessing about bullshit, about breakups, and who looks cuter, and who goes.
You might think I'm okay, like I'm acting normal,
Bella.
but my body is like, no, bitch.
Look, Bella, you should get off Twitter, get off social media. We have to find the head of the snake. Look at your life. Everybody wants it.
We do that as a society. We look at someone and say, they have it all. They must be so fucking happy. They're still with their therapist every day, and they might have PTSD nightmares and traumas and other things that haunt their dreams.
First of all, I gotta tell you, I love these fucking.
It's not like, here's all the things you have anxiety about. Of course, you're always gonna have anxiety in your life about a lot of things. But when it gets to such an extreme point, I lost my dad when I was 8. I was molested growing up.
Molested?
Yeah, I went through shit.
I wonder what would happen if you kids had to go through something really traumatic, like what they're going through in Ukraine now. You think it would help you if there was actually something real to worry about? Don't you think some people overdo it with a therapist? It's an indulgence.
An indulgence?
Yes, it
to
can
talk about
be.
your feelings? Do you get anxiety?
No. When I had anxiety, I was a child like you. You do have a tendency to make it sad. Also the pettiness on social media, your generation. What is it with you? There's always a couple of chicks in any generation, and they're like, oh, wow. I know.
I usually meet a lot of...
I'm gonna lift you up. I know. What is it with you and anxiety? And isn't it funny? People do lionize you sexually. Oh, that is quite a, oh right, you're engaged now? Oh. Jesus Christ. When you're making whoopee with your fiance, do you have music on? No music. You're raw dogging it. You're a hot chick who also like is, who's like completely
the hot chick.
open and vulnerable. That's a very attractive thing to do. When I had anxiety, I was a child like you. Vulnerable. Random. I can do this better for you than that fucking drink. When I was in college, I had sex with someone, put in the cassette. When I heard a certain song come on, I'm like, I could have my finger in your ass by now. No lube, we put it right in. What is causing all the anxiety? Most things are sexual. You know, Sigmund Freud, he invented the anal stage. So, I mean, let's go to your anal stage. That came out wrong. Such a mental thing for a woman to have an orgasm. You cannot just fuck it out of them. Everybody's switching their sexes constantly. You know, there's a lot of trends, you know.
Be who you are, yes. Makes me happy.
If you need a penis, take a penis. If you have a penis, give a penis. Maybe Bitcoin could be involved. You could, you know, no?
I just don't like joking about.
Oh, Bella. See,
I
this
don't
is where
think
the
it's
anxiety.
funny.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you kids, you wake up offended. And that's why you are sad. And you don't have to be sad. We choose whether to make it sad or not. No? Oh, Bella. Your generation doesn't know what's going on in the world. I know what's going on in the world.
The only reason we have problems now is because people got a little bit of money in their bank account. It's just not on.
And you, a little bit of money? Don't act like we had to react to the pandemic exactly the way we did. We had to spend $6 trillion.
Okay, but how about the trillions that the Federal Reserve shot at Wall Street? For some reason, people don't get upset about that. And that fueled the trillions of dollars the Federal Reserve shot at Wall Street to stop the stock market and the bond market. That was a massive factor in inflation.
What do you mean shot at Wall Street?
Well,
what are we talking about?
We're talking about buying assets, buying stocks, buying bonds, so that they expand the balance sheet. This is during the crisis, the coronavirus crisis.
But the stock market didn't crash during.
It crashed and the Fed came in and.
But it crashed
so
and we
that's
never
what
heard
I'm
about
saying.
it?
No, it crashed. Go back and look at it.
I think
it fell off a cliff, and the Fed took extraordinary action it's never taken in history. And somehow no one gets upset. Somehow nobody gets upset.
Your generation doesn't know what's going on in the world. I know what's going on in the world. I should have the anxiety. I follow it. You kids don't follow it. You don't know what the fuck's going on in the world. The stock market